Alrighty. Let's get her going. Oh, my camera's way off. Hang on. This way. That looks about right. Alrighty, welcome in, folks. How's it going? Welcome to the final day of... I gotta untangle some cords here. The final day of Suikoden 2. It has been a long time coming, but it is finally time for us to wrap up this game. What an incredible game it has been. I'm very sad to be wrapping it up. Although I don't know how much stuff we could have done that we haven't. So it's not like we've missed a whole ton of content. We're getting the golden ending at the very end of it. Hopefully. So, you know. But still, I'm still a little bit sad that we had to kind of rush this game a little bit. Not really. I didn't really feel that rushed. We just played it more. We had to play more of it at once than perhaps I would have liked, but it's all right. It was a good time. It worked out. But yeah, we are going to just go straight until the end of the game. I don't think there's anything else we have to do in the overworld. I think we're pretty much good to go. By the way, my rosacea is like terrible right now. I woke up today and it was truly awful, and I didn't have the stuff I needed, the cream I used to calm it down. And we're also back at, you know, my place now. So I just set everything up after getting back home at about 6 o'clock-ish. So I'm a little tired. I also woke up super early today for no reason. I just woke up and I was like, all right, guess I'm awake. So I'm a little tuckered out right now. So I might be a little lower energy for this finale, unfortunately. That's all right. Hello, Lightning, Doppel. Welcome in. Suikoden 4, Pantsu Shitted. Yeah, if we ever play other Suikodens, we might do one... We might boot up Suikoden 4 very briefly just to see the shit pants walk cycle. That's probably all we'll see. The cooking minigame is unfinished. Yeah, there's a couple there that we didn't do, which is fine. I'm fine with missing that. How's the packing and the move today? Wasn't too bad. I've gotten pretty efficient at moving everything. So I can tear everything down and set it back up in about half hour. You know, half hour to take it down, half hour to set it back up. But it does involve moving a lot of stuff. Like, I had to take 2 big bins of computer parts, like, down a flight of stairs and pack it into a car, and then drive and pack it out of the car and unload everything. So, I'm tired. Yeah, emulation is definitely a possibility. We'll see. There's a shot that maybe they get a remaster for other Suikoden games. Who knows? But welcome in, everybody. Just got a game recently. Might recommend it for multiplayer Wednesdays. What game is that? Yeah, I don't think they're gonna remaster Suikoden 4. There's a shot that they remaster 3 and 5. But I believe 4 is pretty universally panned. Like, I don't think anyone really wants Suikoden 4 to get remastered. So, I doubt they're going to put the resources into it. 3 and 5 is a shot, though. Rotwood. Okay, let me quickly... I'll just throw that into Steam and I'll probably look at that later. My monitors are also in a slightly different spot than I normally have them. Hang on. A little too angled. What is this? Oh, it's kind of like a beat 'em up Castle Crashers type game. Okay. I'll throw that on the wish list and we'll talk to the guys about it later. Potential. You want Suikoden 4 remastered just for the walk cycle? You know what? It's your money. You get to do what you want with it. It's made by the same people that made Don't Starve Together. Okay. Alright, so our final party that we're going to be using, which was tough to come up with, but this is what we're going to use. We're going to use Hicks, Anita, Valeria, Tengar, the hero of course, and Mazus. That's what we're going with. We don't have a ton of healing. We have a lot of offense. But I don't have, like, the... I mean, I have the hero as the healer, but we don't have, like, a secondary healer. So that might come to bite us in the ass. But Lance has been a pretty effective healer throughout the story. So I'm assuming it's fine. And we have no money. Not that we really need it. Very important GIF. Hang on. I don't know what window this is popping up in. Oh, is that just the walk cycle on loop? That's very funny. It does look like he shit himself. I've seen the walk cycle before, but it's still like, you're bang on. I think Chrono Trigger is the only JRPG that you've played that locked you out of the MC for a significant time, while the other ones have always had the MC as a locked party member. I want to say you're right on that. Because I think even in FF9, when you get separated from your party members, I don't think you ever see the perspective of your party members. I think you always stay in Zidane's POV. So, yeah. I think that's correct. I mean, that was a huge plot point in Chrono Trigger, so that makes sense. There we go. All right, let's do it. Let's head to Lumineux and wrap this game up. All good things must come to an end. This playthrough has been fucking fantastic. Suikoden 2 is, I think, my current favorite RPG. Boy, this game stands up well. Kind of unbelievable how well it stands up. Oh, I can probably... hang on. Get rid of this. Oh, do I not have, Oh yeah, I'm missing a bunch of accessories for Hicks. Do I have any on me? No, I don't. Alright, hang on. I have, like, no money, so I'm gonna have to check my storage and see if there's anything good. Or just yank something from somebody else. ATE is the only way to see the other party members. ATE. I don't know what that is. Are you ready for tomorrow, Mr. Streamer? Why? What happens tomorrow? If it's some sort of like a streaming event or like game showcase, I never know what's going on in those. Active time event in FF9. Oh, right, I forgot about those. Yeah. I totally forgot about that in FF9. Whoops. Oh, yes, daylight savings. Yes, no, I do know about that. I am prepared. Oops, retrieve. We have some silverlets, you can throw those on. That's sort of it. Maybe someone else has something that I don't particularly care about too much. Sure. There we go. And can anybody use this to any great effect? Or you probably don't need pudding. Become awakened. I don't know what that means. Okay. Let's save and let's do this. I get to offset by 1 hour tomorrow because I don't DST. Yeah, I read that British Columbia apparently is abandoning daylight savings, which I think makes them the second Canadian province, because I think Saskatchewan did away with that a long time ago. I would love to get rid of it. It's very annoying. But we're keeping it so far. Awakened, magic, damage 1.5 times, but may backfire. No, I'm good. Alright, here we go. The final dungeon. Oh, hey, Lucia. Lance, our army has been vanquished, but our spirit has not. We will not pass here. For our fallen warriors, for the Karaya, and for the king. Oh, we're doing this again, huh? Alright. You asked for it. Did she have magic last time? Throw this on just in case. And you can use 150. Okay, wow, that's just better. Sure. I do hope that there is a save before the final boss, where I'm sure that there are a bunch of things we need to do to ensure we get the golden ending. Because the... yeah, you do have that, I remember that. The choices of what to choose to get the golden ending have been pretty easy to figure out so far, but I'm always worried that they're going to throw a curveball at me. Feeling you might resist fire. Yeah, that did pretty good. 288. 3 turns, huh? Okay. Yep, we're hurt. We're hurting. We're really hurting. I need to heal. See, that's a level 2 slot. Level 3. Level 4, we'll use a level 2 slot because I don't think there's much use for... Oh no, level 2 is our res. Okay, we'll use our level 3. Try that on for size. Fire Emblem OP. It is pretty good. Hicks is a little underleveled. I think he's at like 51. We're in general about 55. But he'll catch up. He just has to live. God damn. Big counters. Okay. Okay, I think Protection Mist only lasts 1 turn. I think that's what it is. Alright. We're gonna save that Canopy Defense. Keep uniting, because you do massive damage. I'm gonna see if I can get away with a level 1 heal. This may come back to bite me. Let's see if I can get away with this. Level 3. You got plenty of magic. This should heal for a bunch. That's pretty good. I think that's close to a full heal. We are dropping a couple frames. I don't know why. Our internet seems a little unstable as I've gotten back. Ooh, ow. Oh, we get her? Hey, we did. Great. Alright, not too bad. 50,000 potch. Why? Why can't we win? Are we not in the right? Oh, hey, Teresa. It's been a long time, Lucia. You, the daughter of Greenhill. Why are you here? Have you come to mock me? I haven't forgotten my promise. I will investigate the truth of what you said about my father murdering your own. What about you? You still wish to die, even though I've made this promise? What promise? As acting mayor of Greenhill, it is my duty to seek out the truth and enact justice, even if it means damaging my father's reputation. Don't you wish to seek the truth for yourself too? Tengar angered, she's actually hurting Hicks. Well, a little bit. It's okay, Shin. I didn't read Shin's line there. Why don't you try to run? Because I know you. You wouldn't hurt an unarmed opponent. Risa, why do you have such faith in people? I have faith in you. That's all. Go, Lance. This is your fight now. All that remains to me is to watch events unfold. Alright. That's what we'll do. Whoops. I didn't mean to... Alright, that's fine. Slight waste. Okay. Oh, there are still guys in here. Highland Soldier. Ah, they're stronger now. Okay. That's what we like to see. Still wild to me how little damage that does to Hicks. That's one of the best unites in the game. Should be in the front row. Throw it a quick level 1 heal. This does also mean that it cures Valeria's unbalance, which means she doesn't have the damage vulnerability anymore. I guess that's actually worthwhile. Level up. Jesus, these guys drop a lot. also wanted to check, do we have... No, we have no fire resistance on Hicks. He just takes barely any damage from Tengar. I think. Yeah, no. That's the way it's always been. I wonder if they changed that in the remaster or it was always that way, because it seems really, really good. I don't want to protest too much, but, pretty based. It's based off Tengar's strength because of anger. Does anger only affect strength, or is it just damage in general? It occurs to me we bought the Fury rune and we never put it on Ulan. I just remembered that. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think you mentioned that last time these guys can drop an orb. I forget which one. Oh, anger's attack only. Gotcha. I mean, that would make sense because her strength is not that high. Yeah, less than 100 at 53. Actually, Hicks's strength is not that high either. Compared to some of our other people. But that exertion rune does go a long way. In a boss fight, at least. Fellas? Let's see. No, just do knights. Actually, you know what? Attack normally. We'll use some of Tengar's slots. You've got a rage rune as well. I don't want to run out of slots before I hit the final boss. You don't have that many. So good. Okay, Hicks. He does have pretty high dex. I almost wonder if I should have given him the, I think Pesmerga has the counter orb. Could have given that to him? Instead of just having, like, magic he's not great with. Oh, they're like... They left behind actual corpses. That's concerning. Flame Helmet. Nobody can equip this. Okay. I forget, does Valeria have... You do have a Rage Rune. Some of that. Save some of your slots, you're running low already. And... Wow. That was better than expected. What's... Was it the level 3 for Valeria? Magic's only 100. I mean, you do have good affinity with fire, but still. That was your level 2. Huh. Guess I won't complain. A chest. 2 chests. I'm probably not going to use these anyways, so might as well. At 40% really buffs it. I don't even think she has an A in fire. I think it's just a B. Same with lightning for Anita. I think they're just B levels. But their magic isn't bad, so I guess it sort of evens out. Especially on Anita, we haven't even used her magic, but she actually has quite a bit. So it seems like they expect you to finish this game at about level 55. Because the final dungeon is getting... Oh, really? Is pretty much capped out at about that level. Let's try and conserve some spell slots. There's lots of these huge groups. Nice. The Nanami special. God, I miss her. Yeah, I think using the Unites against these guys is actually kind of overkill. I still think the magic is a little bit stingy. It's better than it was in Suikoden 1. God, we're getting so much money in here. But I feel like you can't be using magic as like your main source of damage. For like the entirety of a dungeon. I kind of wish you could. Fog robe. Repel magic plus 10% water resistance. Ooh. That's for Tengar, I guess. Maz is really not equipped that? Oh, he already has a fog robe. Never mind. Oh, that's better for you. Alright. I've mapped the place open so I can help you if you get lost. Okay. That hasn't been too much of an issue in previous dungeons, but we will see. I'll be fair in this. Oh, okay. Spicy Kamehameha. Rad. I'm hurting a little bit. The downside of Maz is if we're not casting, he can't do anything. Great when we need him, though. Same as Luke. Do I want to full clear the place or just rush it? I'll just go at my own pace. I mean, I'll try and get stuff, but if I miss some things, I don't think it'll be too big of a deal. Bolt of Wrath. Meh. Yeah, sure. Do have scrolls I should be using. I don't think we've done necessarily full clears of any other dungeon, at least not intentionally. So I don't plan on starting now. I'll go for chests I see, and if I miss some, that's no big deal. Fellas. We can probably get away with, one of those. We did have an extra Gale rune. I almost wonder if we should have put it on the hero instead of that Pale Gate rune on their head that we're probably not going to use much. It's fine. This is really the only game where I've really actually cared about speed. It's one thing that isn't in this game that was in other JRPGs that they totally could have implemented and would have interacted with the shift function you never used. What's that? God, you get so much cash in here. Is there more chests on this side? Yep. Alright, we'll check them out. Oh, ambush and back attack. Yeah. I was never really crazy about the back attack feature in FF. It was more annoying than anything else. But I mean, this game could have implemented it and maybe had some interesting interactions with it. I mean, what it usually ends up being is you just take a turn to shift your entire party around. That's really all you end up doing. It's not really that substantial as a mechanic. But maybe they could have played around with it, gotten something cool. I think the main reason for back attack was just to have items and abilities that negated back attack and made them useful. That was the biggest difference it made, was ways to turn it off. With a lot of attacks, front and back row things, like your S-range people suddenly being in the back and your customers are now vulnerable to direct harm from melee. Yeah, but the way that you deal with it, as to like overcome it, is you just take a turn to shift. And you just swap everybody's positions. It's the exact same thing we did in Final Fantasy whenever it happened. You just move back and forth, and then it just eats a turn. Oh, another Fury Orb. Well. Yes, we have it. Oops. Please. There we go. I think they would have to do... What the fuck? Bronze him. Hello. I think it's got potential as a mechanic. I think they just need to add additional mechanics around it. Rather than just being like... Now your rows are reversed. Oh no. I don't know what you would add around it. That's probably why they stopped doing it. Because I don't think there is a great answer as to what to add around it. But maybe, has potential. Yeah, the collision mechanics in this game, when you're getting stuck on, like, terrain, it's weirdly sticky in this. Like, none of the other terrain matters, it's just objects. Oh, the surrounded mechanic? What was that, FF4? That was kind of fun. 4 had a very polished execution phase for its gameplay, which came at the cost of a very basic preparation phase, but that was the trade-off, and I think it worked out pretty well. That's why 4 still has my favorite combat. Ow. I think that was 4. Just shifting away from surrounded, we're vulnerable to everything? Yeah. Was that 4 or was that 5? Now I'm trying to remember now. I think it was 4. Because 4 had the locked 3 front row, 2 back row. You couldn't change what row you were in. Or how many people were in what row. It was locked to 3 and 2. I think that's how it works. It might have also been in 7. Or maybe 6? They used it more than once, I'm pretty sure. I just can't remember where. Six and 7 remake. 7 remake? How does that work? There are no rows in 7 remake. I think you mean the original 7. Oh, there's a book I forgot to drop off. Oh well. It's fine. Are we gonna fight Kulgan and Seed? Are they gonna be actual encounters? Oh, Han. Oh, you've come this far. It seems our efforts to prevent the Bright Shield Rune and the Black Sword Rune from meeting in battle were for naught. Genkaku and I. All we were able to do was prolong things a little bit longer. Stand aside. That I cannot do. I am sworn to defend this king, and as a general I will not neglect this oath. My duel with Genkaku. It continues here. Oh, we're gonna do a duel, okay. Haven't had one of these in a while. Think you can beat me, boy? I'm gonna go with attack. Okay, good thing I didn't go for special attack. I should have avoided that cheap little shot. Now I'll defend. Shit. Alright, I guess I'll attack. Leader of the Freedom Army is cautious, I see. Hey, are you gonna actually fight, or are you just gonna let me beat up on you? And now it's my turn. Alright, now I'll defend. Thought you were gonna go for a special attack with that line. I see your power, son of Genkaku. Alright. Okay, this guy's very passive. Got him. Boy, Genkaku's son, what is your name? I'm called Lance. Lance, I must apologize to all of you. 25 years ago, Genkaku and I sealed our two runes. The Bright Shield Rune and the Black Sword Rune were once a single rune. The power of their true form, the Rune of Beginning, is that to rule over conflict. However, in order to wield that power to obtain the Rune of Beginning, you must first... Do you have to kill the other rune wielder? Is that the rule? Lance, you are a strong young man. But Genkaku and I were weak. Forgive us for our weakness, the suffering we caused you. Oh, boy. Genkaku, now I can finally rest. I feel like Han had more part in the story and it was cut for time. Because he's kind of only mentioned like twice. Like once at the beginning and once here. Any goodies? Locked doors. Okay. Never mind. How about on the right? Oh, fellas. Kinda hoping you would hit someone on the left. So my 2 row attacks would be better off. God, we're almost capped. I went in here with 10k. I'm up to 750. Here first, maybe? That's a lot of doors. Maybe there is something behind us. A locked door. Sick. Only 6 and base 7 have pincer / surrounded. Okay. I thought maybe 4 had it, but... 7, I definitely remember it now that you brought it up. And then, yeah, I guess 6 was the other one. That was a fun idea. Anything in here? Go fight that soldiers first. Are you guarding any loots, fellas? That I'm probably not going to end up using? Oh! Wow, we finally saw it. The rare crit on the Falcon rune. It only took 80 hours of 2 different games. Wow. We finally know what it looks like. Hell yeah. That's cool. Does their Unite also have a chance to crit like that? Because that'd actually be kind of neat. Although it'd probably be pretty busted if it actually lands, because it already does like 1,000 damage by default. That's my RNG for you. Yep. Usually supremely unlucky, and then every once in a while it gets supremely lucky. Nothing in between. Unite with the right setup can deal the highest damage in the game. Yeah, because it's 3 times on a 2-man Unite, which I think is the most you see as far as a multiplayer. Another flame helmet, great. It's real good. I do not regret my decision. Aha. A wind amulet. Oh, there's the champion's orb. Great, just in time. I'm gonna run out of space here. Alright, wind amulets. Throw that on Lancer for the Fire Emblem. Plus 15 strength is actually pretty good. Well, maybe I'll put that on Hex. Slightly less defense for some more strength. Suikoden 2 is a damage cap where you heal the target instead if it goes too over the top. Oh wow, that's brutal. It doesn't even cap the damage, it actually undoes damage. That sucks. Hopefully they... I wonder if that was a technical issue in the original Suikoden and in this it's fixed. Not that we'll probably hit it, but... Still think you used up all your luck on the Pinion event? You're probably right. I don't think I'll ever get that lucky again. That was an iconic moment. Yeah, that feels like an integer overflow. Rather than an actual intentional mechanic. This is 98 we're talking about. Why did that trigger? Where'd that come from? Because you have a... must have an accessory that has... reflect magic or whatever, repel magic. God, can't believe we're already almost capped. Hey, at least they're keeping up with the money drops. I do appreciate that. Oh, the fog robe, right. Oh, this is where the king was assassinated, right. Okay. And that's locked. Okay, so this was the loot direction. Cool, cool. I figured that 3 consecutive doors in a row would not be the the optional way to go. That seems pretty intentional. Locked, okay. Like having one of those sequences where you open up a locked vault door or whatever and there's like 5 more behind it and then it's just a chest. Like that doesn't make any sense. Stone of power, stone of protection. I'm gonna throw that on Lance. Gonna throw them both on. Probably could have put it on Anita or Valeria, actually, but they're doing fine. Wonder if you can farm the stones? That's a good question, actually. Probably. That was the case in one of the Final Fantasy games, where you could just farm all those and get to max stats. You can farm a lot of things in this. I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of them. That's locked. Wait, where do I go? Oh, is this not the direction? Is there another way I could have gone? I wonder how much damage the Pixie Room would be doing on Mazzus. Got 197 magic, but I still don't think it'd be that much. Like 1/6, isn't it? Was it this way? Nope, that's locked. God damn it. Leave me alone. Goes here. Oh, I think no. This is where we came. I'm going backwards. Did we just go directly straight? No, we didn't. All right. I got sidetracked. There we go. What? Fuck these guys. I'm actually gonna heal. It seems like the healing is more effective in battle. There might be a calculation there between out of battle and in battle, with like how stats get applied. Or there could be co. I don't know. Nice. Almost capped. Love to see it. Aha. Valeria, you know what? You're not going to be using that in a boss fight. Yep, there it is. We're capped out. Who's on the roof? Oh, no one. Never mind. I'm not able to let go yet, no. The level cap usually stops right before you can let them go. I've noticed. It's usually you have to, like, level up somewhere else and then come back and then you can let go. We might eventually get to the point where we can do it. Little squirts of XP. Is there any reason to go over here? Oh, okay, nope. Locked. That's the way we came in. And then we go over here. Then we're outside with these schmucks. Is there nowhere to go here? Is this just a, pointless endeavor? Let's try running away, just to speed this up slightly. And go up left. Oh, wait, this way? Oh, no, that's locked. Up left. This way? Ah, okay, here we go. Right you are, up left. Good dodging. Mazis is just chilling in the back. He's waiting for his moment. Hell yeah. Wonder how different this would have been if you had picked Kasumi. If we didn't pick Valeria, what I probably would have done is I would have brought Flick and Nina and possibly Victor. Because those three together are really good, because Flick gets used to Unite every turn. Probably would have left Anita behind. I don't know if I would have gone with Hicks and Tengar as well. Because that would have been a lot of slots taken up. Yeah, Mazis is the boss killer. He's biding his time. We had plenty of options. There's also Ulan, who I semi-regret not putting the Fury Orb on and seeing what she can do with just permanent Shin Shoryuken every turn. But eventually someone's going to get left behind. Yeah, I appreciate you having the map ready if I need it. The dungeons in this game have been tough to navigate. Compared to the first game. Mind you, the first game was like basically a hallway for every dungeon, so it's a mixed bag. I think this could have been better dungeon design, but it also could have been a lot worse. I still think the castle is ridiculously designed. Definitely needed another crack at that. I understand they kind of put themselves into a corner when it came to designing that castle because it was a dungeon first, but regardless, really annoying to navigate, even though I eventually got used to it. They were trying new things. They were branching out. I love this game a lot, but it's not perfect. Very few games are. Okay, there's no reason to do this. My RNG struck with Han Cunningham. Did it? What happened? He was supposed to be a wild attacker. Oh, really? And that he just lucked out, or I got lucked out and he was always defending? That's funny. He definitely had voice lines that made it seem like he was about to attack, and he never really did. He attacked like once. These guys I can't run from. I think the duels are better than they were in Suikoden 1, but not by much. That's the one thing that I think stayed mostly the same from Suikoden 1 to 2. And it's mostly just rock, paper, scissors. The army battles are much improved, although I still think they could be better. Because most of them are just scripted. Recommended level for this area is 55 to 60, which is where the XP caps out. I figured. It jumps you up to 55, like, almost immediately. I guess I could bribe them to run away. How much does that cost? I never really did it. I'll be with you guys in a sec. Never mind, I'll be with you immediately. Alright, let's just use your last Dancing Flames, because you're not really going to get a chance to use it otherwise. Bribe the guards guarding the castle, yeah. They know the war is lost. I mean, if I saw a group of 6 people blowing up all of my compatriots, and then they showed up to me and they were like, hey, just take 10 grand and fuck off, I'd probably take the money. There's only so many times I can watch someone get fireballed before I'm like, you know what, I don't want that to be me, actually. A lot of locked doors. These guys clearly don't care, because I can't do anything with them but kill them. Also, given the fact that they started this war and they're currently pushed back to their capital, I imagine morale is not terribly high. A lot of regrets in the inventory right about now. I certainly wouldn't be too gung-ho about the situation. It's hard to tell based on the sprite, but I like to think that Anita, every time she uses her Falcon rune, she's given the finger guns. If I've lost any further on the map, it's not all mapped out in entirety. Ah, that's fine. We'll figure it out. Oh, an autosave, which means there's a save point. Praise be. Where is it? Oh, God, this is a huge cell. Actually, where is it? Escape talisman. Ah, there it is. Okay. This is great because we have a lot of potentially game fucking up decisions in our future. Let's make sure we have that. Oh, I can bribe the chimeras. Wow, yeah, it is pricey. 102,000. All right, I can do that 8 more times. Noted. Well, I can at least avoid like half of them, and then I can just do the easy ones and bribe the hard ones. A use for all that money? Yeah. I'm not getting anything else out of it. Besides like a teeny bit of XP. Might as well. Okay, this goes way out here. Ah. Goldlets, not silverlets, but a goldlets. I'm gonna give that to you. You still have a leather cape. Probably should have gotten rid of that a while ago. Okay. Fellas, look the other way. 180,000. Wow. It is an option. A window set? Isn't it a bit late? Hey, do you want to use a special new window for the last 5% of the game? And have to run through this whole dungeon again to go equip it? I feel like maybe there was actually cut content in this. Based on some of the item placements in this dungeon. I feel like there was maybe one more thing they wanted to do after this, they never did. Or there's a post-game. Yeah, like NG Plus or a post-game. Oh, another autosave. Is there another save point in here? Sure is. Wow, okay. Giving them out like candy. Oh, and it's a rest. Okay, this seems like it's the final fight. Ah, we do get to fight you. Lance, the personal chambers of the Blight family lay beyond here. They are no place for intruders like you. This is all that's left of our country. All that's left of our pride. We won't let you trample on it. I'll use force if I must. Yeah, well, you're welcome to try. Go ahead and be like Luca Blight, just hacking apart everything in your path. Prepare yourself, Lance. Alright. You think these guys have a unite? I'm gonna set up a canopy defense. Oh, we have our spell slots back, that's right. Well, let's pick them off one by one. I can't wait for them to have no magic. Okay, what is that? Oh, that's the magic disabled spell. I remember that one. Okay, so they're actually like an anti-magic squad. Well, that's awkward for me, because that's where most of my healing comes from. Ah. Silent Lake, that's the one. I do have some items. Not very many, though. Also, poor Mazis. Waited for a boss fight and they turned him off. Oh boy. Gee, I hope that's only for one turn. Or this is gonna get real awkward. Let's find out. It is not for one turn. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. Thank God there was a save point right before this, because we might need it. Do you have any items? Sure don't. Hey, remember earlier when I was like, what's the real point of having items equipped to your inventory slots? That feels like a waste. And here we are. I cannot heal enough people at once. Eat the cheesecake or a good medium rare steak. I don't think we ever got to make the steak. Hey, we got one. All right. There goes Valeria. Yeah, that's probably the first and last time we're gonna get silenced. I think you're correct. Oh, huge dodge. Alright, we can get her back up. It's alright. Oh, it's only for 2 turns. Okay. I think. Right? Yeah. Alright, not too bad. Regular thunder. Hit him with that. And we finally get to res somebody. I think this is the second time we've done it. That's an aggressive animation for a res. Oh, thank God I set up that canopy. It paid off. Yeah, I'm gonna need to shift on either Mazis's or Valeria's turn. Also, I think a first. Oh, are you turning off magic again? You son of a bitch. How dare you? That's aggravating. I should have healed on Lance's turn. Well, actually, no, I couldn't because I had to res. Welp. Go ahead and... Oh, I have to choose to shift. Okay, you'll stay there for a sec. Use another Mega Medicine on Valeria. Wow, Mazis managed to dodge. Good shit, old man. I probably should have focused Seed instead of Culligan. Because Seed's the one doing the Silent Lake. That's alright, we made it through. Spicy! Hey, we're level 60. Across the board. Oh yeah. Wow, Tengar got a lot of stats there. Did she level up twice? Must have. Didn't have to happen. Is it really so strange, Lance, that we should fight? Commander Lance, just as you were the hope of the Freedom Army, King Jowie is ours. He rid us of Luca Blight, and we hoped he would lead Highland to a better future. That is all. Hey, I got rid of Luca Blight, asshole. 60 to 99 level up stat gains drop drastically. 60 is basically really close to 99 in Suikoden. Okay, I mean, that kind of makes sense. What's the point of coding in all those stat increases that most players aren't going to see? They're usually going to stop at about 60 for pretty much every RPG out there. Go on. We don't have the strength left to fight. Hey, but can I heal the thing, though, before I go? Never mind. Culligan. It was fun. All the plans we made for this country. For the future. We fought so hard. Indeed. It's a fine thing to meet our destiny. Alongside our kingdom. Well, you guys weren't the worst. Oh, Pelika, I totally forgot about you. What's wrong, Joey? Pelika. Pelika. This is where we say goodbye. I know. But you'll be back soon. Just like always, right? Pelika, this will likely be the last time you see me. It's goodbye forever. Well, he's at least resigned to his fate. But... no. No, no, no! I don't want you to go away. I don't want to be alone. Pelika, listen to me. You're going to grow up and meet lots of people. And you're going to lose a lot of people too. That's why you mustn't forget Pelika. Enjoy the moments you have together, and don't feel sad about the goodbyes. Okay? Ah, poor Pelika. This kid has been through so much. All it took was one upstart teenager to overthrow a kingdom. Imagine if Jowd never betrayed the youth brigade. Yeah. The right man in the right place makes all the difference. Pelika. Okay. I understand. But, can I ask just one favor? What is it? Can you pick me up and hold me like my daddy used to? Just once, please? Sure. Oh. My daddy. He used to hold me like this. Just like this. Thank you, Pelika. Oh yeah, there she is. You asked for me? This right work. Come in. I have a favor to ask, Julia. What is it? Seed and Culligan are buying us some time, but this castle will soon fall. And when that happens, so too will the Kingdom of Highland. Before that happens, I want you to take Pelika and flee to Harmonia. I've prepared a nice secluded home for the two of you there. I've given all the details to the servants. I want you to live there, not as a member of the Blight family, but under a new name. As you wish. So, is it really over? I'm afraid so. In that case, farewell. Come along, Pelika. Julia. I'm sorry. Why do you say that? Why are you apologizing? Julia? You think I didn't know? How you used me? What you did to my brother and father? What you sought? I knew all of it. But even then, I always loved you for your heart, your dreams, your goals. Why do you apologize to me now? You did what you believed was right. You don't need to apologize for that. This is really similar to Tactics' story, except way better. Like, this is, What's-Her-Nuts from Tactics, and Jowie is, Delita. But, like, way better written. Because it actually has a resolution. That is the kind of man I married. Kind of man that I loved. If I were to die, would you shed tears for me? Please live, Julia. This is our final goodbye. Julia. Goodbye, shall we? Goodbye, Julia. Jowie and Delita. Delita was a bit of an ass. I mean, yeah, they're different characters. Delita was definitely more conniving and manipulative. Jowie has got generally a good heart, even if his methods are probably not the best. Oh, I can go back and save? It also looked like it healed everybody, unless I didn't use many spell slots. Oh no, I didn't use many spell slots. Probably because my magic was turned off for most of the fight. Let's go save again. Make sure that we haven't fucked up any choices. I'll make another spell slot or save slot just in case. But Jowie definitely, like, he does what Delita tried to do of, like, I'm gonna betray other people and, you know, go my own path for my own ends. But Jowie is very much still trying to be heroic, whereas Delita was very, like... He ended up being very selfish. And he paid for it at the end when What's-Her-Nuts stabbed him. I feel like this has been generally a lot more well-written than Tactics. For being a very similar... Having a lot of similar story beats. I like this a lot more. Just make a spell slot. Oh, Leon, you're still alive. I thought maybe he died in the fire. Lance, though the outcome is not as I intended, I must admit that I'm impressed you made it here. You emerged victorious. Well, this is the end. The Beast Room, the incarnation of hatred that is Luca Blight's legacy, lays here before you. I can no longer maintain the seals on this materialization. It has already unleashed its thirst for blood on the citizens of Muse. If unleashed, this beast would ravage the land until all is returned to nothingness, just as Luca Blight wished. Is it just in the castle? It's on the floor? This is your final trial, Lance. Are you up to the task? Oh yeah, I guess it's just contained in the castle. That's a bit weird. Really, because it just has no precedent, but okay. The twin-headed wolf that we saw in Muse. Oh, that's sick looking. Oh, he's got a lot of targets. We also never really figured out how the wolves in Muse were resolved, right? I guess they just left after Jowie pulled out of Highlands. I guess they just undid that, whatever they did. Do I attack the rune? The rune seems like an obvious target. Or then maybe I should go for the heads first and then the rune? You know what, we'll go for the left head first. See what that does. Also, I guess the final fight with Jowie is probably going to be a duel between Lance and Jowie. What did we learn from Chrono Trigger about obvious targets? Chrono Trigger was the exception. That's why I didn't like it. Everything else as far as obvious targets in Final Fantasy has always made sense to kill those first. Usually, anyways. Let's just try hitting everything, see what happens. This could be a final boss of... Okay. I was going to say final boss of Suikoden 1 where they have different resistances, and it looks like that's the case. Are they immune to physical? Did I just waste all of my first turn? Yep. Ow. Should have set up canopy defense. Yep. Okay. The legs first. Are the legs immune to magic? Back and forth situation. That was a lot of damage numbers. I don't know where they popped up, but I think so. Oh boy, that's a lot of AoE. Might lose some folks here. Maybe not. Oh, did they get silenced? Is that what that is? Oh, it can't unite. Okay. Huh. Alright, well, let's set up canopy defense. Unfriendly, no unites. Oh, that's the first time we've seen that. Head on the right side took 0 from magic and physical. Okay. Interesting. Maybe we have to do them in order? Let me just hit the back legs with magic and see what happens. Actually, I should probably heal. I'm gonna do that first. Get rid of that unfriendly. Let's try left head and left leg. Canopy defense. Believe in my strategy? Thank you. I've managed to overcome plenty of challenges in the past. Surely this shall be another. Oh, hey, that's not magical. Canopy defense didn't trigger. Fascinating. Okay, that works. This should just be the legs. Okay, that works. It's not very much. Looks like the right one might resist it. Fire, maybe? Okay, so that right head isn't getting jack. Oh, that hurt. Okay, canopy defense did not save me. That's unfortunate. Huh. And I'm not gonna have a turn to get masses up. Okay, let's go for... Is it his left or my left? I think it's my left. Go for that first, because I think this should work. I am going to heal with Battle Oath. Oh, I do have that. I do have the heal nuke. That's single target, though. Not right now. I remember one of the streamers suffering this fight for several hours. It's definitely not an easy one. But I think we can do it. Might take a couple tries. Not sure if I'm... Okay, no, it is his right. His left and right, okay. Oh, there's canopy defense. The moon! Alright, that's good. Avoided that. Oh, wait, that worked. Why did that work? I don't know. I'll try it again. I guess. JRPGs and their celestial bodies. Japan does love its moon. Big fan of the moon. I get Mazes up. And gods, yeah, also gods. Is it really a JRPG if you don't fight a god at least once? Okay, now it's doing damage. I don't know what changed, but I'm not going to complain. Okay, so that's a status attack. Got it. Ooh, this could be bad. Yep, there goes Maz's again. Okay. Oh, he got silenced. Brutal. Hey, you two. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna work though. No, just unite. Tangar, I'm gonna have you set up canopy defense. And we are going to heal with our level 2 slots. This is an incarnation of the Beast Rune. Does it make it a god? Corson says 27 runes are the gods in the Suikoverse. 27 true runes. I'll take that at face value because I have no information that contradicts that. I'm going to assume you know what you're talking about. You've been right so far. Okay. That's one. That's good. Okay, and then we can hit the rune next. Should probably do that because these statuses are rough. What the hell is the bloody sword? I'm seeing so many statuses today that we have not seen for the entire game. No damage from weapon. Ah, well, it won't matter. She can't do anything this turn anyways. I'm gonna try and get Mazis up again. Actually, isn't the... Ooh, do I spend my level 4 on a full heal for Mazis? I'm gonna go for it. I don't think we're gonna use the Bright Shield rune nuke this fight because it's a single target. I think it's better to get Mazis up. You do damage with your strength. Oh, so it just makes your weapon level like 0 effectively. But your strength still applies to the calculation. Got it. Is it the left leg that's doing the status? Oh, he just rezzed the head, didn't he? Did he? He did something with his right leg. Ah, okay, they healed it. Okay, so I gotta go for the legs first. Yeah, I guess that shield is an aura. Okay, so that's his right leg. Okay, that's okay. We're in there. We're learning. Bright shield. I'm gonna go for Battle Oath again. And Mazis, I want to see if that thing can get hurt by magic, so I'm going to Lightning Ball it. I thought that shield was there the whole time, but I might have been wrong. Okay. Working. Mix with the Exertion rune. No damage. And we hit you with magic. We can. Looks like he might resist it, but it's there. Oh, he fell asleep. That's unfortunate. I think both the legs might be casting. Oh boy. Oh boy. Chipping away at that leg. Have you also use that. I'm running out of heals. And of course you got silenced. But that's what we have the Bolt of Wrath for. Did the light go twice? It looks like it was the left and then the right, but it was hard to tell. I could have been wrong. Picks at random from its 5 different pools from the 5 different targets. Oh, that would explain why it's not always consistent when they don't always all take one turn. Okay, it's still up. Yeah, okay, I think that was the right leg. Or his left. That's the rune. Okay, ow. Still alive, that's what matters. Oh, and Tengar got knocked. Alright, you're gonna set up canopy defense then. I really need to get that right leg gone. I'm gonna heal again. Don't have that many spell slots left. This might be overkill if I put it on the right leg. I might pick this on the left. Yeah. It'll still hit other stuff, but I think we've damaged that one leg enough that that would be overkill. Would Silent Lake work on it? That's a good question. My guess is probably not. I don't know if I want to spend the spell slot to try. God, it's still up. Brutal. Alright, here comes my one-shot nuke on Mazis. I can only do that once. Hey, okay. I was right to do that, because the overflow damage killed the right leg. Canopy defense saved me. Perfect. Oh. I think it ate my Unite because they got put to sleep. That sucks. Yeah, I've got to get rid of that. Alright, start chipping away at the other leg now. I think that's the status leg. That's what's been getting me. The only bad part about this fight is that it's sometimes hard to tell what part of the boss is acting. Nice, huge. Otherwise, I think this is actually a really good final boss. Maybe final boss, we'll see. It's gonna hurt. Mazis, you're alive, and that's what matters. Okay, left leg. Left leg. Heal. Do I try and get away with a level 1 and hope that Mazis doesn't die, or do I just spend the level 2 that I have? Or I could go for a level 3. You know what? I'm gonna go for the level 3. Try and get some anger. This feels final boss, yeah, especially considering comparing it to Suikoden 1, which had a similarly designed final boss with the King Ghidorah. Also, I'm not sure Silent Lake would be good here, because I think the only actual magic is cast by the left head. I think everything else is actually physical or just ignores it. Hey, okay, the legs are down. Is this as bad a difficulty spike as FF4 Remake? No. The Pixel Remaster for 4 went from like perfect balance to you needed to be 20 levels higher. This is tough, but I think it's totally doable. I would not consider this to be nearly as bad as Zeromus. Let's go for a level 1 heal. Throw. Lightning Ball at the right head. Oh, I think I did kill the rune as well, yeah. You're right. The overflow damage from the Unite magic must have killed it. Good call, I probably would not have noticed that. That actually hurt a little. Doing this boss fight without getting those hammers and whatnot makes this hard, or knowing where to get the best runes. True. If we were doing like just a straightforward playthrough of this would probably be a lot harder. Oh, I might lose Mazes here. Nope, we're good. Almost lost the hero, but we can fix that. We did come very prepared. The big thing is that you have to have the healing and the HP pool to survive the hits. Which is fairly easy to get as long as you've gone through the dungeon and didn't try to avoid everything. Because you should be at about level 60 by now. So, it might be a longer fight, but I don't think it'll be too much tougher. I think what we have just makes this, it'll speed it up, but I don't think it'll make it too much easier. That's part of the calculation you need to do for a damage optimization model RPG. Is, incoming and outgoing damage. Or outgoing damage, I should say. You have to think about that when you're designing. And you did a pretty good job here. Okay. Only one target left. We should be, pretty much set here. I think we got him. Just like that. I also think when it got rezzed, it didn't res with full HP. Same as, Suikoden 1. Okay. Really good final boss. Much better than Suikoden 1. Similar concept, but better executed. A very good level of challenge for a final boss. Not too hard, not too easy. So much money. Strategy wins the day. Alright. Now to fuck up the golden ending. Are there any timed choices here? Because if there aren't, then I'll just wait for chat to tell me, in the interest of time. No choices? Or no time choices, okay. I will wait for the word from chat to not fuck this up. I'll tell you what the one I would have chosen is, and then we'll see if I was correct. I believe we have found the throne room. Is no one here? Because of that battle. Let's get out of here, Commander Lance. Come on, make it snappy, Lance. We gotta find Joey, right? We gotta find Joey. That's what I would go with. Illusion of choice, this one doesn't matter. They do that in this game. Safe choice. We gotta find Joey. That's what I would pick. No, that is not a good idea. Hicks ain't letting me. Alright, Hicks. Didn't you also have to escape the castle in Suikoden 1? Why are all of these runes load-bearing? Oh, I like how they're running in straight lines because diagonal movement was added in the remaster. I remember someone saying that. So you can't do it in cutscenes because they didn't change that the cutscenes were coded. Commander Lance. Could he have... You beat the final boss by yourself, you don't get any dialogue here, your hero just leaves. I guess, yeah, who would you talk to? That's funny. Don't say that, even as a joke. He'll make it out, I know it. He can't die. He's going to bring peace to this land. There's no way he would die. Look! Hey, and this time Victor and Flick didn't have to sacrifice themselves. Except not actually. Lance! 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 Oh, Amada's also here. Boy, it's been a while. I was worried about you, Lance. Welcome back, Lance. Hey, Meg. I also forgot about you. That's the Lance I know. You've got more good luck than you need. Lance! Oh, I'm so happy to see you. You did it. You really came back, Lance. Yay, yahoo! The fall of Louis escaped. Louis? Yeah, Vicky, why are you here? You're the teleport lady. Good morning, Lance. Hey, come on, get up. Lord Mackay from Two River and Mayor Gustav from Tinto, and everyone else are all waiting for you in the Great Hall. No dragging your feet. War may be over. There's still lots of things to be done. You got a whole new nation to build, right? Am I actually going to get a chance to save? Oh, yeah, I think I am. You can save now if you want to see the normal ending and then the good ending. Oh, that's true. I guess we could do that. Sure. Well, I want to see the good ending first, and then we'll go back and see the normal one. I want to see the fruits of my labor, and then we'll go back and see what happens if we fuck up. Yeah, I guess Pelica and Julia managed to escape at some point. Been awaiting you, Commander Lance. I commend you, Commander Lance. Now we can leave behind this long, long history of conflict. Well, at least now there's one less enemy threatening the soil of the city-states. But we still don't have true peace in these lands. Excuse me. That is why we are here before you today with a request, Commander. You just say here I can't and leave? Okay, so I can't is the normal ending, so when we go back, we'll do that. So as long as the Holy Kingdom of Harmonia exists to the north, stability here will remain uncertain. Furthermore, the city-states once fell to Luca Blight because no trust existed between us. What this land's need is a single undivided nation. Thus, we ask that you found the Freedom Republic here and serve as its leader. Master Shu has already brought this matter before each of the city-states and obtained our consent. The idea was voted on and approved unanimously by the three houses of Parliament, in Two River as well. It means a stronger nation. We have no objections either. The Knightdom of Matilda is no more, but we will follow your orders in this matter, Commander Lance. I agree with Miklatov. Luca Blight may have robbed Muse of much of its strength, but we still haven't lost our pride as the center of the Alliance. As acting mayor of Muse City, I also intend to follow your will in this, Commander. And Matthew didn't die this time? True, yeah, I thought Shu would be sacrificing himself again, but no, he got out. Okay, so I pick I understand here for the golden ending. And I can't do it for the normal. That's the normal ending? Which one's the normal ending? Is it I understand or I can't do it for normal? I understand is normal, can't is golden. Oh, okay. I guess that kind of makes sense. If you just become a politician, it's sort of like, okay, well, you're kind of giving up being the hero. And also, I'm like 16, so maybe I shouldn't be the president of a fucking republic. Alright, so we'll go with I can't first. I can't do it. So where will you go, Lance? I'm not even old enough to drink yet. Leave me alone. Hey, Lance. Where do you think you're going? Look, there's a great power within you. And I don't mean that rune on your hand, either. You shouldered the hopes of many people, and you have a duty to carry them through to the end. And that goes for all those who died in this war, too. Leave it, Flick. He needs to do this. But I just want you to remember one thing, Lance. You've always got a home to come back to here. It's Suikoden 1 all over again. Okay, and I assume I just leave? I'll go to where the game started. Where is that? That was the youth brigade camp. Where? You can teleport to Karo Town now. Oh, okay. I guess I should teleport, yeah. I guess Karo Town is where it started, technically? So you can't go back to that area where the youth brigade? Yarrow Town, right there. Do I go to the dojo and try and find Nanami? Maybe not. Grandpa Kankaku. Oh, there's a mountain path from this area? Okay. Can you tell this was like many, many weeks ago where we were here last? Like a month ago? This is what, part 15? Yeah, almost a month. I can check the tree now. Oh, there's a hunter orb and a trio painting? And $30. Portrait of 3 people. Oh, was that Nanami, Jowie, and the hero? Yeah, I assume that's for the bath. Okay. Mountain path, say. Just straight north? Nope. No, that's wrong. The path is outside the town. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh. Right, I have to go further left. Ah, here we go. Henson Pass. There's still choices to make. It's still possible to fuck this up. We have a save if we need it. Again, I will defer to chat for what the correct choices are. I'll let you know what my choice would have been. Am I gonna find red up here? So you're gonna rock me with a level 80 Pokemon team? Oh, there he is. This makes sense. Lance, you came. Just like you promised. Here we are, once again. This is where our journey began. You and I started out walking the same path, but ended up going our separate ways at some point. Even so, I have no regrets. If I were to regret my actions, I would have done so already when I betrayed the city-states and assassinated Lady Annabelle. You and I were a lot alike. We were both aiming for the same thing. But at the Highland camp, after I helped you both escape, I was captured and brought before Luca Blight again. I hated his brutal ways, it's true. But I can't deny that I admired his strength a little bit at the same time. I thought if I was that strong, I could protect everyone. That I could create a gentle world where no one would ever be hurt again. But no. Forget about it. This is a battle between the King of Highland and the leader of the Freedom Army. This is truly the final battle. I would pick we don't need to fight. That's my choice. What's the correct one here? I remember Kankaku's battle with Han. Right, yeah, Kankaku refused to fight. We don't need to fight, Joey. I've been in your corner since day one, even despite your betrayal and your bad things that you did. Honestly, once Luca Blight was gone, the Highland Army was actually kind of chill. It was just sort of a normal army. Probably could have negotiated peace at that point, but you were in deep, you drank the Kool-Aid. You had a rough go of it. I understand. We don't need to fight. Yes. We do, Lance. Oh, do I actually have to, like, not attack him here? Do I just defend? Here goes, Lance. Do I defend or do I wait? That's important before I press a button. Just defend all, okay. I wasn't sure if this was going to be like a mime situation in FF5. I want you fight, Lance. You're the leader of the Freedom Army, Lance. The promised place fought the final battle with Joey. Why? Why have you come all this way? Only to now decide not to fight. There's no reason we must fight? Also, the choir here is rad. Temple of Time, is that you? Yes, okay. No reason we must fight, Joey. Oh, but there is. Remove any trace of the Highland Kingdom from this land, Agares and Luca are already dead, and I put Jilly to rest with my own hands, which makes me the last living Blight. And you are the hero that will defeat me. Extinguish the Blight bloodline once and for all, or there will always be fanatics who seek to revive the Highland Kingdom. After all, sometimes hope can drive people to madness. Let's make our war the last to ever plague this land. Okay. Do I still defend? Yeah, he's lying to you about Jillia and Pelica, because he did that whole public killing of her to power up the Beast Rune, even though it was just a double. Still defend, okay. Lance, you really are. Let's finish this long, long battle. But you fight, Lance. I like this. This is a very solid, true ending. These are all things that make sense. Lance, I always envied you. Even in this moment, you're kind. I think that's why I betrayed you. You're loved by so many people. So I... Jowie? I don't see any situation where silence is the correct answer. I don't think it's been the case a single time. Joey! Oh, new sprite. Or new portrait. I used too much power. The Beast Rune that Luca tried to free. I had to use my black sword rune to stop it. Our two runes. Together they make a true rune. But when used alone, they draw upon our vital energy. Lance, at this rate, we'll both die. So, I give you my life, so that the two can become one again. Lance, give me your right hand. I would pick I can't do that. But that might bleed to him dying. In vain, anyways. Say no every time? I can't do that. Lance, I'm sorry. I can't endure it anymore. All the lives that I stole. All the people I hurt. I can't do it. Please, I beg of you. Don't let our dream have been for nothing. Nope. No 3 times. Lance, there's no time. Please. I'm all ready. I still can't. Lance. What's happening? Am I giving him my rune? The rune. This power. It's healing my body. Oh, or is it just the power of friendship and we finally found the correct answer. The Rune of Beginning. Its power to judge conflicts appears only once the bearers of the 2 runes that comprise it have faced each other in battle. A battle much like that which birthed our world. Despite all this, Lance, you chose not to fight. Your spirit and those of the 108 Stars of Destiny. They are stronger than even the power of the true rune, the Rune of Beginning. Just as I thought, you possess great strength. Go forth, Lance and Jowie. The world still holds so much for you. It is full of the unknown. There's no reason for you to stay in these lands. But I murdered people with my own 2 hands. Lady Annabelle, Luca Blight, countless soldiers. Again, Luca Blight wasn't you. That was Shu, technically. I also helped. I dealt the killing blow. Really, that wasn't on you. We would have killed him if you hadn't. And it's good that he's dead anyways. The other ones, yeah, you should feel bad, but him specifically, that's okay. My sins are too great, and they cannot be erased. But I believe that you, the two of you, have the strength to bear this burden and go on. Yeah, I mean, they still did betray him, but he deserved to be betrayed. Luca Blight was terrible. That man was pure evil. He admitted so as much himself. A man called Jowie Blight has no place in this world anymore. But if I leave this land and the name Jowie behind, will I still be me? These both seem like the same answer, but I would pick, of course. Are we out of the danger zone, or is there still a chance to fuck this up? If you can still fuck this up, that's actually kind of funny. Greg Miller. You're in the clear, goal needing achieved? Yes! Of course. Lance. This is the place where our journey began. How long has it been since we were first here? Let's go, Lance. Let's make this place the beginning of our next journey. Let's not jump into the waterfall this time again. Oh, he actually joins the party. He still has my water rune, that bastard. Is that just symbolic, or do I actually get to do things? Oh, I actually get to do things. Yeah, Raud was never captured. He's just dipped. That son of a bitch. So I guess if you want to do, like, side stuff, you can still do it? Yeah, I guess there's post-game? We hadn't run away then. Oh, he's got his old sprite pack. Oh, hey, Shu. Then we'd have problems, because without you two, peace would never have come to this land. Lance, so you're leaving after all. I'd hoped that you would stay and lead this still unstable country. You're the right man to do it. I'm 16. But I won't try to stop you. You've certainly paid a heavy price, and then some. We can ask no more of you. Go out and see the world with your own eyes. It still holds so much for you. And I hope that one day, when you've finished with your journey, you'll come back. Very similar to Suikoden 1's ending. There's just one thing I have left to report. Keeping secrets isn't loyal behavior as a subordinate, but I was explicitly told not to tell you. When Nanami fell in the Matilda Knightdom, What? No, you call yourself a doctor? Stop it, Flick. All you're doing is taking your anger out on him. This won't change anything. I know, but still, it's just unfair for Lance. Damn, first keep on Nanami. Fought so hard together, scratched out victory together. Yep, I remember this cutscene. Thank you. Master Shu. What? I speak with you inside. Yeah, it's honestly the exact same ending as Suikoden 1, really. Master Shu. Dr. Huan, what is this? I'm sorry. I put him up to it. And Nami put him up to it, really? I suppose you have a good reason for doing this. Yes. I'm thinking about going my separate way from Lance for a while. Oh. That will sadden him greatly. I know that, I do. But I can't take any more of this, of Lance and Jowie fighting. I can't bear to see Lance in pain either. When the arrows flew at us, Lance tried to shield me with his body, and that's when I understood. Lance shouldn't be doing such things. True, a leader can't behave like that. That's why I'm going to let you have him all to yourselves for a while. And what will you do in the meantime? I'll go back to Grandpa Kankaku's house. I think it'll be safe enough if people don't figure out that I'm back.
Besides, it would be so sad if he had no home to return to once this is all over. Don't you think? Finally, I have a favor to ask. If and when the time for him to come home does arrive, I want you to tell Lance about this conversation we had.
Why ask me of all people to do this?
Because, knowing you, you'll never tell him until it's absolutely necessary.
Yes, you're right about that. Very well, I'll do it. This does track. Nanami has been really hating being in the war for a long time. God, all these characters are so well written. All their motivations make sense. I've yet to have a moment where I'm like, that's out of character. I don't know if that character would make that call. It's so nice. This game is excellent. And so, that's it. Those are my final words to you as your strategist. Take good care of yourself, Commander. And they did it with more than 108 characters overall? Yeah, because you have 108 recruitable, and then you have all the other characters that you meet in the game. There she is! We get to reunite, the three of us. This game's writing is honestly shockingly good for the time period. For 98? I think story-wise, this is the best one we've played out of all the Final Fantasies and all the other games. I won't put it at a 10 out of 10. It's not a perfect story. There are some things I would change. Oh, we're gonna go see Pilika and Julia again. Or just look at them from a distance. Because we don't want to put them in danger. But yeah, this game's writing is really, really good. Is that it? Is that credits? Alright, here we go. Here's the epilogue. Teresa became mayor, made peace with the Karaya. Shin left. Amelia went back to the academy, became the headmaster. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to read these out in time. Returned to Merge City. Fitcher became mayor, right? Chess retired. Hauser is commander-in-chief of the Freedom Army. Okay. Freed. Freed just went to live with his wife in Radat. That's nice. Marlowe founded a library in Tinto. Good for him. Jimu fought in the Grasslands War. Okay. Living happily in Two River. She opened a restaurant. That's cool. Visits Marlowe and marvels at his great scholarship. Alright. Hilda. Hey, they went back to the inn. Alex still wants the treasure hunt. Maximilian's just bounced. Okay. Was a crazy old man. Miklatov reformed the Knights, but did not become their commander. Journeyed west to the grasslands with Camus. Okay, Richmond just went back to his day job in Radat. Cool. Nope. Oh, they're doing their circus act here. They did say they were going to move on, but maybe it's just a farewell show. I mean, there's no reason for everyone to stay here now that the war is over. Everyone just has to kind of go their separate ways. Oh, it's the mercenary for it. Ellie returned to her life as a traveling performer. Same as Rena. Same as Bolgan. It was cute that Ellie had a crush on the hero. The band just got back together and is roaming around. Alberto learned some armoring stuff. Taiho returned to Kaku. Moral turpitude. What a great word. Yamku did as well. Templeton went back and went to exploring. Highland Guards mixed in there? Might have been. Pesmerica went after Uber? That's right, Uber just dipped. Okay, Kelly went to Kanakan. Lorelai's trying to beat him there. Hey, Sai patched things up with his wife. Hell yeah. Good for her. Or good for them. And Hannah just dipped. Alright. Zamza stayed as a magic instructor. That's funny, we never used magic with them. Still as infuriating as ever. George left. Anita challenged Valeria to a duel, but ended with a draw. That's funny. Yeah, the magician that Luke recognized, they never resolved that. I guess they're saving that for another Suikoden. Maybe in Suikoden 3. I mean, they kind of did that a little bit in Suikoden 1. Not a bunch. Ridley Wizen. Okay, leading the Kobold army. Chaka went back to being a shithead. Sid also went back to being a fucking... going back on the list in the files. Gengen got to become captain of the Kobold units. Bocha is a second in command. Yuzu found her grandpa and returned home with Taro. Oh, that's nice. Vincent... Alright, Vincent and Simone are just together all the time. Hans just stayed working the job at Kimitocha Castle. That scene would be different if Ridley died and Boris took over. That makes sense. Ulan stayed and became commander of the elite guards. Okay. Genshu dipped. And Gontetsu went back to the temple. Okay. Taki just went back to her family. Viola's still gambling. Mitsu went back to being a bath maker. Okay. Ricky Morrow traveled north once again in search of his object of his revenge. That's a subplot I never found. Wakaba's goal is to beat a bear with her bare hands. Hell yeah. Good for you, Wakaba. They're having their DBZ training arc. Okay. Oh, hey, Gadget. Oh, are they all freaking out because they're like, oh my god, what the hell is Gadget? That's crazy. Jesus Christ. Turned into a Gundam. Ah, more of a Titan from Titanfall. Not big enough to be Gundam. They upgraded him. Meg went looking for Jupo. Okay. Tenko just went back home. Fair enough. Raura journeyed north. Okay. Sai still working as a blacksmith. And LeBron is trying to get 1,000 Celadon urns. Hey, I know where you buy them. Maz is still trying to fuck up Crowley, right? Gilbert retired. Oh, he had a wife and child. Didn't know that. And Gordon went back to being a shopkeep. Hoy thought about not being a thief anymore, changed his mind. Tony went back to being a farmer. Hayo leaves in order to avoid being caught by the clan. That might have been different if we finished that, all the cooking stuff. Adlai returned to South Window. Jude's looking for more inspiration. And Jean returned to Ante. Okay. Aaron's still a dancer. Anna left for Crystal Valley. And Luke just went back to Leknot because he's like, yeah, I was here on contract. I'm going back to my boss. That tracks. Oh, the animals. I was gonna say, is Ada gonna show up? Because she was also like a forest guardian. Yeah, them together makes sense. They're very similar characters. That's cute. I like that. Feather stayed at the castle. Siegfried went back to the forest. Same with Mukumuku. From whence he sprung. He sure did spring. Humphrey went to a journey to the one temple of Crystal Valley. Okay. Same with Futch, looking for dragons. Traveled to the grasslands in search of a bride for Bonaparte. She's trying to make more of those horrible monsters. God. Galleon's still running. Mondo and Sasuke just went back home to Rokaku. Makes sense. Can we snooze those ads, mods? Hamada commandeered a ship, went back to the islands. Okay. Widow just stayed. Bob went back to the Kobold Village, where he complains a lot, but lives a happy life. Sure. Ada and Kinnison went back into the forest. Hero is loyal. Wonder whatever happened to Futch's White Dragon. Oh, you don't know how to snooze ads? Okay, I gotcha. I can just do it. There's a way to do it in mod view, but I don't know how to pull all that up. Oh, did they rebuild the fort? Are they going back to being mercenaries? Oh, maybe they're just giving up on it. They're like, fuck it, we're getting out of here. Oh, Hicks and Tengar are going with them? Maybe? Or maybe they are building the fort back up. I like Hicks and Tengar a lot. I think they're some of my favorite characters. Oh, and of course, Nina. Instead of going back to the Warriors' Village, sets off on a journey with Victor. Okay. They just dipped. Tried to follow Flick, but lost sight of him. That's funny. I guess they did just leave. Sierra. Okay, stuck around. Has to figure out what to do. Clyde became the leader of the Howling Voice Guild. Alright. Drank too much champagne and accidentally teleported herself off somewhere. That's in character. And Hicks and Tengar just living life. Oh, Kiba, right, was killed. Klaus trained under Shu. Valeria went back to Greg Minster. Right, she was also on loan. Keeper of the Vault of the Freedom Republic. Good for you, Barbara. Juan just became a doctor in Muse. Same with Tuda. Cool, cool. Leona is still just a tavern owner. Sheena tried to get more money and got caught. Now he's stuck training. That's funny. Oh, Apple's gonna write a biography of Matthew. That's cool. Alright, Shu's still doing his thing. We're reuniting Karo. The Freeth friends continue to do the journey together merrily. Hell yeah. The three reunited once again. Back to the life they should have led. Before all this kicked off. And there it is! Genso Suikoden. Oh, I guess that's the full Japanese name. Wonder why they shortened it. I guess probably because it was too long. Suikoden is already hard enough to say for an English audience. Yeah, that was, I believe, Joey's staff and the Tonfa's from the hero. For a second, I thought it was the staff of the OG hero, and then I was like, that doesn't make any sense. So that was Joey's staff. And that's it, folks. That's Suikoden 2. There might be post-game stuff. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to shake out. There might be like a, I can save and then continue on, and maybe there's post-game. I'm not sure if I'll do it, but we'll see. What a phenomenal fucking game. I think this is my new favorite RPG. I think this beats out FF8. This game is exceptionally well made for 1998. It blows me away how good this game is. If this came out today, it would be impressive. For 1998, it's mind-blowing. Yeah, because you get Joey back, and he's like fully level and statted up. So like it makes me think that there's more that you could potentially do, but I don't know. Not sure how that works. Maybe there's like a new game plus, but also I don't know how that would work story-wise. But yeah, this game is an easy 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 gameplay, 9 out of 10 story. Like I said, it's not perfect. There are some minor things I would change, but it's very, very close to a 10 out of 10. Like, the sprite work is phenomenal. The soundtrack is pretty good. I think the soundtrack is probably the weakest part. And it's not even, like, bad. It's just, you know, comparing yourself to Final Fantasy is... That's a tough act to follow. Yeah, I mean, their Unite is super strong. 1 times AoE damage to all the enemies was very, very good. But yeah, like, the gameplay is phenomenal. They properly handle having, like, 80 fucking recruits that you could potentially have in your party really well this time. Like, all of my gripes I had with Suikoden 1, sorted. I can do everything from the main menus of, like, gearing people up, changing around their runes and their orbs. All that stuff I can just do from the main menu of wherever I am in the castle. That was my main gripe with Suikoden 1, so... fixed. And then, of course, all the changes they made from Suikoden 1 of having more rune slots. All the different runes and, like, being able to put them on the weapons instead of having just, like, the pieces of stuff. Magic wasn't always stored in the ovaries in this game. They had a much better spread of casting. I think the cast of characters that they had was really, really solid. As far as, like, all the different recruits that you had. There were really only, like, a handful that I never really considered using. Like, Tuda sucks. Hayo I would never consider using. Vicky I would never consider using. That's kind of it. Everyone else had their own use cases. The animals taking 2 slots is kind of annoying. That's kind of restrictive. But everything else is like... I could have made anything work. Which I really, really liked. Some people still prefer the Grim story from Suikoden 1 compared to 2, where everyone gets a happy ending. Yeah, I mean... That's definitely subjective. I definitely prefer the story of Suikoden 2. Suikoden 1, yeah, it's more grim, but it's also not as well written. Like... Gremio's death in Suikoden 1 is really contrived. There's like... 2 or 3, like, bullshit plot contrivances that lead to Gremio's death of, like... the man-eating spores, and then the door that only goes one way that they get locked in with, and it's like, alright. This is like a Rube Goldberg machine that leads to a fucking character death. That doesn't really make any sense. Compared to, like, Nanami's death, potential death, in Suikoden 2, which is much better done. Where, like, they just get ambushed, and, she gets plugged by an arrow. I think that's way better handled. Yeah, like, the animals take multiple slots, but they're also really strong, so, like, there's a trade-off. There's gonna be ads here. Sorry about that. Or we're just kind of yapping here anyways. Yeah, like, I think gameplay was super solid. The only things I wasn't crazy about on the gameplay were the one quest design break when it came to Futch and Humphrey's side quest. That's a pretty egregious one. That's something that in QA you would probably catch and be like, hey, the last piece of information you give to the players to go to the mountain, and they can't go to the mountain. You actually have to talk to Humphrey. So that definitely could have been tweaked. Level design was a little rough. The dungeons were pretty labyrinthian at times, kind of hard to navigate. It wasn't a huge deal, but it was a little annoying. You don't do things right, aka get all 108 before the Rock Axe battle, push the choice button in time, have Nanami wear an armor, Shu never gets called into the infirmary. Yeah. The other thing, too, is I think the golden ending is a little overly strict on how to get it. Like, I definitely think they could have eased up on some of those restrictions. Yeah, like, Gordo ambushing them and just shooting them with arrows makes perfect sense. Like, I'll get to the story in a second, but yeah, 100%, I agree. Yeah, like I feel like the restrictions on that could have been eased up, but it's also a game from 1998. So like, strategy guide design is still at play. Golden endings are a thing that doesn't really get done nowadays. That's very much an old trope. Still happens sometimes, but definitely rarer than it used to be. So, modern sensibilities may also be swaying my judgment there. I think generally most of the choices made sense. Like, I was always worried that they were going to throw a trick question at me of just like, oh, you actually want to pick the answer that doesn't make sense because this is what you actually want to do. But that never really happened. It was pretty straightforward as to like what the choice was and what I thought it would do. It was pretty much one-to-one all the time. Yeah, there's still different endings for sure. You just definitely don't see the hard to get golden ending nearly as much anymore. It still does happen. Like Nier, I think, has one of those. Actually, a lot of the like Yoko Taro games have golden endings. Well, they have multiple endings. Whether or not any of them are golden is up to interpretation. Yeah, it still does happen, but definitely was a bigger thing back in the day. And yeah, I think the restrictions could have been eased up a little bit. Yeah, I think the timed choices... I don't dislike the timed choices. I think what they needed is a visual indication that it was timed. Like some sort of like clock icon or like a bar that's slowly draining. Something to tell you like, hey, this is a thing and you do have to make a decision. I think that's really all those needed, because the first time that it happened when Luca was about to kill Pilika at the mercenary fort, like way earlier in the game, and I think Pawn, I think his name was, he got killed and Jowie had to step in. That just completely blindsided me because I had no idea that time choices were a thing. And I think that was only like that one and the Nanami choice that were timed. So I definitely would have appreciated some sort of indication that that was going to be a thing. But otherwise, like the only choice I would have potentially fucked up was the choice to stay with the Freedom Army, which upon thinking about it more, made more sense to not do that and to go and try and get, you know, not become the governor or the leader of the Freedom Republic. Yeah, sorry, not Pawn. That's Suikoden 1. What was that kid's name who was, like, leading us around in the mercenary fort right at the beginning of the game? It started with a P, I think. It was similar to Pawn. Pole? Yeah, that was it, Pole. I was close. That kid. He gets killed by Luca Blight right before he tries to kill Pilika. So yeah, otherwise, yeah, 9 out of 10 game for gameplay. For story, also 9 out of 10. I really, really like the writing of this game. I really appreciate how consistent the character motivations were. You get a really good idea of like what characters are driven by, and then they make decisions that make sense based on their drive. The only thing I was a little iffy on was Jowie after Luca Blight died. The way his dialogue was written kind of made it seem like he was being controlled, where he was like, you have no idea, I can't stop this war, things are more complicated than you understand. And then it ends up just being him like, no, I'm trying to be a benevolent dictator and rule the world, because it's the only way to stop all conflict. So that was the only part of the story where I was like, I don't think that quite translated correctly. I don't know if that's a translation error or I don't know what happened there. Could have also been like an early version of the script that they didn't quite rewrite, because it does seem like maybe some things got cut. Hard to say. Hey, there it is. The Dune Unification War completed Suikoden 2, and the 108 stars get the 108 stars ending. Hell yeah. I really like that they all survived and went back to adventuring together at the end. That's a nice bookend for how things started and how things ended. Yeah, all the city-state leaders were dirtbags. Like, they all kind of sucked, but also Highland was being driven by, like, Luca Blight, who was the worst. Like, the absolute worst. So, not a lot of true winners there. But also, I kind of get, especially once he explained it, it made a lot of sense that Joey would be like, oh yeah, like, the cooperation and, like, the alliances of all these different civil, or these, like, cities to make the Joustin Alliance, total whiff. Like, that's a bad idea. Look how this ended up. So I have to take control and figure things out. And it also makes sense too, because he got captured by Luca Blight when he got left behind, like we thought, and was like, okay, I'm gonna come up with a plan. All 108, 107 survived. Well, I mean, Joey, I guess, kind of replaced Kiba. So we still have 108 total. Yeah, I mean, Luca Blight definitely had his own motivations of just out for revenge for what the city-states did to his mom, which was really dark. Surprisingly dark. I never thought they would go for that for save completed game data, yes. That's a big swing to take. But it did make sense. So what happens if I continue here? Where does that completed save data go? Is it the autosave? I guess? Oh no, it just starts me from here, okay. I don't know what the point of having the save data complete is. So if I go... Is Joey on the tablet? I don't think he was. Double check. I don't remember seeing him. Yeah, no. And my Sanchance wasn't in Suikoden 1? Yeah, okay. Joey also made critical mistakes. First, by not killing the hero at Joustin Hill Peace Conference, pulling back troops from Matilda, let Nami get away, etc. Yeah, like he wasn't full like I have to be the bad guy. He definitely did have parts where he was like holding back, which I appreciated. It humanized him a lot. They definitely did a very good job of making him like a very sympathetic villain. Of like, you can tell that he's trying to do the right thing or what he thinks is the right thing. And he really doesn't want to hurt like Lance or Nanami or any of them. But he just feels that it's necessary and wavers on that a lot. He's really well written. But yeah, I think the biggest negative I have on the story is after Luca Blight dies, to like when you start to get more scenes with Joey and just sort of figure out his actual motivations. It's not really clear what's going on with him, and it kind of leads you in the wrong direction. Also using the Black Sword rune to stop the Beast rune at Muse to stop it from manifesting. Is that what happened? Because we did see the Beast rune show up there. I would have to rewatch that cutscene to see if I can tell that like the Black Sword rune was used. Yeah, the whole can't use the rune alone but drains your life force, that does make sense, because we do actually see that happen with the hero. So that tracks. I'm just trying to think, because that would have been after Luca Blight died. I know he said that he used the Dark Sword, or the Black Sword rune to stop the Beast rune. I'm just trying to think of, like, was it ever obvious outside of him saying that? Wonder if that's the case with all the paired runes? Could be. Yeah, like Windy and like not. That could definitely be a thing. Luke says he doesn't sense the rune's presence anymore in New City, so they moved it from there back to Capital. Okay. I feel like I might have missed that, but I think that's user error. I think I just missed it. That's okay. But yeah, that's like the main... I guess the stuff with Necklord did feel a bit out of place. They kind of just shove it in, but it ties into Tinto and like getting them in to help with the Alliance. So it's not that out of place, it's just a bit of a detour. So that's like the only other thing that I could maybe point to as a negative. Everything else is like top tier from start to finish. Leon needs to awaken it with blood since the seal's already weak. Okay. I would have liked more info on Leon. That might have been because we didn't recruit him in Suikoden 1, but I feel like he was not super fleshed out in this. He's just kind of evil enemy general, and they never really get into his motivation. Yeah, Necklord was a little contrived. He was probably the most out of place part of the story. He just kind of shows up and is a problem. And you find out he got away in Suikoden 1 because of a body double, effectively. Which is like, okay, it's a bit Kojima-esque, but fine. Same company at the end of the day, I guess. They do love their body doubles at Konami. I'll say that. But, yeah, that's probably the only other negative I can point to. And even then, it was just like, okay, it's a bit of a side story, but it still ties into the overall plot, so I'm not too upset. So, yeah. Otherwise, like, the character writing was excellent. The intro was really strong, and that's rare for RPGs of this era. Getting a really, really solid intro is exceedingly rare. The only other one I can think of is, like, Final Fantasy VI has a really good intro. 4's not bad. 4's okay. If I'm trying to think of like FF8 and earlier. 7's intro is pretty good. Yeah, that's all I can really think of. Necklord was the driving force behind Highland's invading and pushed the war to get more zombies for himself off the battlefield. That might be better. Yeah, like Necklord himself didn't really tie into the whole Highland thing. He was just a problem that exists out in the world. Or existed out in the world, sorry. And you just gotta deal with him as he shows up. Yeah. But, yeah, otherwise, I mean, what else is there to say? Character writing was top tier, plot writing was top tier. I thought the villains were really strong, both Luca and Jowie. Like, Luca just being an insane madman did a great job being an insane madman. Was written very well. And then Jowie being very, very complicated and trying to do the right thing, but also having sort of conflicting motivations. Yeah, FF0 Stranger of Paradise is it's a tie-in to Final Fantasy 1. It's technically a prequel. Whether or not it's canon is up to interpretation. I like to think it's canon because I actually like Stranger of Paradise a lot. I mentioned it before, but I especially like Nanami. I really liked what Nanami added to this game. Because she could have just been like, you know, annoying sister character who's just there to like be comic relief and poke fun at things. But she also had like a really good character arc of her being, you know, like really sick of being in war. Like she's like, hey, we're kids, we shouldn't be doing this. Like this sucks. And like always trying to like get the hero to what's his name? Rio? I'll just call him the hero. Trying to get the hero to like bail out and be like, look, you don't owe these people anything. Like you can just dip at any time. Which is perfectly reasonable for her to believe that. So I really, really liked her character a lot. That's not normally a character archetype I enjoy. Luca killing that general was out of left field too? I don't think so. That was pretty in character for Luca to just be like, I'll kill anyone who I don't like. Whether or not Salone G fucked up bad enough to be worth executing, I think it was valid because he kind of blew a major battle pretty badly. Like where they were supposed to win and like take out the Freedom Army, and Shu basically outthought him. Yeah, it was definitely like the nail in the coffin for Luca, because all the other generals turned on him once they realized like, oh, this guy will just kill us if he doesn't like it. But it's perfectly in character for Luca. That was another big thing that I liked, is like all the different like generals kind of having their own like motivations behind the scenes and like not really wanting to work with Luca because he's insane. Like, really, the only true believers were Kulgan and Seed. Everyone else was, like, just there as a job or had their own motivations to work behind the scenes, which I liked a lot. It is a shame that Kiba died, but I did like the plot beat that he was basically being sacrificed by Shu, because that was what a lot of what Shu was doing, is, you know, making the hard calls and being kind of the bad guy when the situation demanded it. That was very in character for him. Took a little to convince Kiba to defect. Yeah, I mean, they were still, like, you know, trying to fight for their country, but they're also not stupid. Like, there's very little stupid character decisions in this, which is rare. Like, when you get characters that take this big a swing, it's very rare to not see a character do something kind of stupid and contrived and hold the idiot ball for a little bit to make a dumb decision to get the plot rolling. That's very, very common. In fact, the idiot ball is a trope. It's got a name. So the fact that that never really happened in this game, big fan of that. The only one who maybe held the idiot ball at any point was Luca, but that's because he was batshit insane. Yeah, true. Luca giving away Kiba also gave him complete command of the Highland military. So, everyone was smart. Everyone did things that made sense, at least to their character. And there was no moment where, like, even someone doing something in character, like, caused an event to happen that screwed things over. Right, you know, like the character who's like, you know, you see this all the time. There's like a character who like doesn't want to work with people and is very hot-headed and reckless, and they do something reckless and then it causes a chain of events that they have to fix later down the line. And it's used as like a learning moment of like, look before you leap. Don't be so reckless. And that it's like supposed to be part of the character arc, but is super annoying. That never happened in this game, which I really appreciate. Mind you, I don't think it's happened, I think, in any other Final Fantasy game that I could think of. Or any other RPG we played. But it's one of my pet peeves. I hate it when characters do that. Raud did that? Did he? I mean, Raud was overconfident, but also, I don't think he ever put himself into a situation where he didn't at least have, like, a decent shot to win. Like, I think in the situations where he was confident, overconfident, he still had reasons to be confident. Am I the only one that wants to see Nanami's super special attack that she mentioned we escaped in the beginning of the game? Oh, yeah. Maybe one day. Don't bring up Snow. Don't bring up FF13 here. We're having a good time. But no, like, even Raud was like, every time he showed up, he was like, yeah, we're ambushing someone, because he's like a, you know, a craven bastard. And then he was also like, he left, was it Kiba out to dry? He just never moved his reinforcements. He just stayed in that one corner of the map. Rao did all the betraying for a reason. He's an ill sister in Kuro Town and needs money to fix her. Oh. How do you figure that out? I guess there's more subplots we didn't run into. Just talk to NPCs and stuff. I mean, he's got a reason to, at least, but he's also still a bastard. You know, he's got 2 kids on the gallows and he gloats for long enough for Flick and Victor to get the jump on him. Like, no amount of sympathetic backstory is really going to make me give a shit about someone who does that. But, I mean, yeah, even he was like a convincing character. Just like, yeah, he's gonna backstab you, he's a son of a bitch. Plays the part well, does things that make sense to him. I think you mentioned that in the beginning. I remember seeing that. It might have just been I forgot, because it's been 14 parts of this. We've been playing this game for a while. This is one of the longest playthroughs we've done, actually. It's a big game. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the list. Let me pull it up. I have to switch accounts because for whatever reason it always opens it in the wrong account. No, we haven't checked the bad ending yet. We'll probably do that after this. I added color coding to this, by the way, because I learned about conditional formatting in spreadsheets. So we have a visual representation of our scores. So you can see what were the best ones and what were the worst ones. Suikoden 2. Copy this. Yeah, 9 out of 10. I think this might be my new overall favorite over FF8. I love FF8, but I think this is just the better game. I absolutely adored this game. And, like, that's just, of course, the gameplay and the story. Like, there's all the talk we could have about, like, the art of this game. The sprite work is phenomenal. The environments are much better than Suikoden 1. Music is an improvement. Still not as good as Final Fantasy games, but still solid. The sprite work is definitely the standout star as far as art. I was very, very impressed by the sprite work. I don't think I've played a game with this good sprite work. The only thing that comes to mind is, like, Undertale or Deltarune. Very impressed by that. And yeah, is there a post-game for this? Because you can get Jowie, but then if you try to leave, you get caught by Shu, and then the game ends. So, like, can you actually put him in your party, or is it just a fake-out? Let's watch this other streamer today completely demolish FF12 in every way, and you gave it an overall 9. Oh, yeah. 12 is definitely a weird one. I really like 12. But I like FF8, and 8 has really weird mechanics as well. I really enjoyed it, but it's definitely not for everyone. It's a very, very unique system. I really liked it. When I was going through color coding this, I did revise some of the scores, so I think I actually put, I think I dropped FF7's story score by 1. It used to be an 8, I think I dropped it to 7. And I think I dropped 12 score to 7 as well. Yeah, just ruminating on it a little bit more and being like, does it deserve that score? Because some of the ratings we gave were like way when we started, like years ago, where like we were kind of rating them just willy-nilly, weren't really thinking about it properly. And it wasn't until later we started really thinking about the scores. What I think of the 3D interludes? Oh, the like FMV cutscenes? I didn't mind those. That's definitely a product of its time, and I thought they were cool. They didn't overuse them. They didn't pull like an FF7 where they had like a lot of the big character moments in those little FMVs. They just kind of kept it for like big environmental stuff they can't really show through sprite work. I think he played the game from start to finish by not pushing a single action in combat, only gambits. I mean, that's pretty close to how I played it. Of just like programming everyone to be to just do things automatically. But I really enjoyed the gambit system. I actually loved it. And like the license board system and stuff like that. I did play the Zodiac Age version. I didn't play the original, and I've heard that Zodiac Age is has a lot of changes. Yeah, FF10 is a game that is very beloved by a lot of people, not by me. It is one of my least favorites and was one of the hardest to get through. It was the biggest disappointment before we played Tactics. I do not understand what people see in that game. A lot of people played it when it came out and it was a big deal at the time, but I also see people who play it like recently and love it. But I did not have a good time. I was happy to finish 10. 9's their favorite. I've actually seen a lot of people recently who have 9 as their favorite. It's been, I feel like it's propped up a lot in recent years. Like a lot of the 9 fans kind of came out of the woodwork. Because I think Anna's favorite FF is also 9? Or is it Tommy? Somebody I know has 9 as their favorite. 9 is very good. I rated it kind of low because it made a lot of decisions in the gameplay and story that I wasn't a fan of. Mainly the ending of the story and the gameplay I had a bunch of problems with, but the lockouts of certain items after a certain point I wasn't crazy about. Gear affecting what stats level up, hated that. Buffs and debuffs felt very underpowered because they didn't last very long. Little stuff like that kind of built up to the point where I was like not crazy about it by the end, but it was still very good. I like a lot of parts of 9. I totally understand if that's your favorite. I get why. Yeah, 10's boss design, I had a lot of problems with 10, but boss design was one of them. There's a lot to love about 9. It's the same with 7. Like, I only rated 7 a 7 out of 7, or 7 out of 10. Same with its gameplay and story, but I also think that, like, you know, at the end of the day, at a certain point, ratings get subjective. And I still think there's a lot to love about 7. I totally see why people loved it as much as they did. Which is also why, even though I rated FF8 very highly, I'm never surprised when someone says they hate 8. Because I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of weird choices. Yeah, there's a lot of missable stuff in 7. I also wasn't crazy about how it ended. I think that was, the way Sephiroth was handled and the ending of 7 were my biggest problems with the story. Gameplay I thought was good, but the bosses were very simple. Combat was very much just hit, punch it, hit, press, attack, win. Felt a little basic. Like Materia though, Materia's rad. Would you want to go through 7 again with 100% in mind since they came up with the new version? Probably not. I think we did most of the side stuff in 7 because we got like, the only thing we didn't do was the super bosses, the weapons. We skipped the weapons, but like we got Knights of the Round, we got a Golden Chocobo, we got the double rune, or double materia. Like we did all the secret caves and got all that stuff. So there's still probably some stuff I missed, but I got the majority of it. And I'm kind of burnt out on 7 after playing the remakes, and that being a disaster. We're missing Tactics Advance? I got burned by Tactics, man. Tactics is currently the biggest disappointment. I was very, very excited to play Tactics, and by the end I could not wait for it to be over, so I don't know if I'm going to play another Tactics game. It would be a tough sell. Maybe. Like Tactics Advance or Tactics Ogre, I've heard Tactics Ogre influenced a lot of 14. So, Maybe we'll try that at some point. But yeah, it was... After all the hype of Tactics and hearing, like, the similarities between it and FF5, and I love FF5. FF5 was one of my favorites. One of only 2 Final Fantasy games to get a 10 out of 10 in gameplay. Yeah, I was very, very sad by the end of Tactics of, like, what a disappointment. Yeah, Cuckoo Lane, the first major boss in Tactics, was the flashing red lights. That was the red flag of, uh-oh, they don't really know how to make a boss encounter in a tactical RPG. And it got worse. Yeah, someone mentioned Suikoden Tactics. Might be the worst Suikoden title. Brutal. Yeah, I don't know if we'll play Tactics. I don't know if I'm gonna play Tactics games anytime soon. Other Suikoden games that aren't 1 and 2 seem to be very hit or miss. So I don't know. I'll have to think about things. I'm open to playing 3 and 5. I heard that 5 is very similar to 2 in a lot of ways, which that's good for me because I fucking love 2. And then 3 is like good, but it also makes a couple weird decisions, so it's not quite as good. Yeah, I think it was you that mentioned that Suikoden Tactics existed. In terms of gameplay, story, etc., Suikoden 5 is one of those where you definitely need a guide to get all 108. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of the case with all the games. It's like, you're gonna need a guide. It's the era of strategy guide design. Strategy guide design doesn't stop being a thing until like the mid-2000s at least. I would say it wasn't until like the late 2000s, early 2010s where they really stopped doing that because they stopped making them. So that's a consistent problem across games. I don't really hold that against games. That's just a product of the times. I don't like having to look things up to play a game, but I'll do it if I have to. I try to avoid it at all costs. But for something like this, I think it was worth it. It was not... our Suikoden 2 playthrough was not the most organic, perhaps, but I definitely don't regret it. I really like getting the golden ending. Gonna need Speakosaurus again for Suikoden 5? Yep. Remember that I had a game guide for Wind Waker? I had the strategy guide for Twilight Princess. On the Wii. Which I don't know if I ever really used that much, but I had it. Twilight Princess, second favorite game of all time. Yeah, the Suikoden one, from what I looked up, the golden ending is pretty much the same. You just have Gremio there. It seems like in this, the golden ending is like considerably different. And I really like it. There's almost a part of me that doesn't want to see the normal ending because I like the golden ending so much. Like, I almost want to just let this sit as like, yes, this is my final memory of Suikoden 2. That ending's worth watching? Okay. Well, we'll watch it. Gonna sit on this screen. Let me just put this back. Close this real fast. I'm noticing a theme of your favorite games. Is it any game where you get to play as a dog? Because I've made that connection already. Okami and Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess? Yeah. I've made the joke several times that any game I get to play as a dog becomes my favorite games of all time. I don't know what that says about me. Draw your own conclusions. But, apparently I really like it. I think I also played them at roughly the same time in my life, which probably influenced it. Which is the case for a lot of people's favorite games, you know? Play it when you're young, it has a big impact on you. Alright, let's go see the normal ending. If I just go back to Shu. Do I see it? I just talk to him again? Oh, okay, yeah. And Rotwood you can play as an anthro dog. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I understand. Commander Lance, we thank you. We hereby announce the birth of the Freedom Republic. May it bring unwavering peace to these lands from this day, this hour, to eternity. And to this end, we swear to serve Commander Lance with pride and fidelity. What happens if we, just become president? Just scenes where I'm doing paperwork. That truly is a bad ending. My god, I'm a politician. You get the same ending if you kill Jowie and take the Black Sword rune from him. Ah, okay. Just gonna ask about that if that's its own ending. Oh, waiting for Jowie again. But he never arrives. Oh, that's it. Okay. Much shorter. Alright, this I don't think I can... Yeah, I can't speed this up, so I have to watch this go. Even anything else is different. That definitely does feel like a bad ending, because it's kind of abrupt. Which does make sense. So yeah, can you, when you get Jowie in your party and it pulls up his stats, can you actually do anything with him, or are you just locked out? Is that just there for fun, basically? Oh yeah, that's a good question. Is the ending different if you don't get all 108? Or is it just this ending? Bad ending is when you run away with Nanami from Tinto during the Necklord arc. I thought Doppel said that Ridley comes to get you but gets killed and his son takes his place. And then everything continues as normal. Because I think Doppel, you said that doesn't lock you out of the golden ending, right? Oh, there's another choice you can make. If you leave, you get the bad ending. I see. I mean, that kind of makes sense. You were literally just abandoning them at the last second. Shouldn't lock you out? No, it's not on the list of things to look out for. Okay. So if you go back after that point, you still get the golden ending, just with Ridley replaced. But you can choose to double down and get the bad ending. Okay. I want to see if they reference Nanami or Jowie here in the normal ending. Because they're both technically alive, but you might not see them. If you don't get all 108, can you still go meet Jowie at the waterfall, but like Leknot doesn't arrive and you have to kill Jowie? Because I'm wondering where the breakpoint for that is. If you can't do that at all if you don't have the 108. You just kill Jowie? Okay, that makes sense. No matter what. Yeah, because you don't have the power of friendship. I think there's a tab on Suikosource that tells you all the endings and what the differences are. I might take a look at it at that after this, just out of curiosity. Fate is determined in the Suikoverse. Only 108 can change the fate. Ah, okay. That makes sense based on what Lucknout said. Yeah, I am glad we did go for the true ending in this. Despite despite almost fucking it up at the Rakute Mountain. We came this close to blowing it. But thank God, Porson, you came in and let us know, because we still had saves to go back to. So we appreciate you for that, at the very least. Because yeah, I definitely like the golden ending for this a lot. I'm glad we got it. Yeah, thank you, Doppel, for all the help and the reading through the guide for me. Good thing you kept multiple saves. Yeah, once I realized that there were potential lockouts, I was like, all right, time to utilize multiple saves. Because I didn't want to read the guide myself because I didn't want to get spoiled. Some spoilers were inevitable, but no, I'm glad we did the golden ending. Like I said, it wasn't the most organic playthrough, but it was one that I enjoyed. There's also Suikoden Tear Crease with terrible voice acting. Oh, good. Yeah, Doppler, you were good for keeping spoilers to a minimum. The only thing I got spoiled on was Nanami dying, which was like, I kind of had to get spoiled on that so I could avoid it. I think everything else was pretty much good. Yeah, you were good at like trying not to name names if you could avoid it. I still think that it would have been nice if the restrictions had been a little less strict to get the golden ending. It is definitely strategy guide design at its finest. Yeah, you had to let me know, especially after Suikoden 1, where we got blindsided by Pawn being savable at all. Same with Gremio. So we had to make sure that we knew what we were doing for Nanami. I don't know. The next thing on the docket is Final Fantasy XIV 7.45 on Tuesday. Which is going to be a variant dungeon and the Hildebrand stuff, which might not even be a full stream. So if it's not, we'll probably do a little bit of the Stories 3 demo, just to get a head start on that, because we can. And I think I would like to. But once we play Stories 3, that starts on Friday. But after that, I don't know what we're doing. Currently don't have any plans. We are going to be playing the Digimon DLC, probably after Stories 3, unless I feel like taking a break from Stories 3 at some point to play that. That's coming out in March. What's tomorrow? There is no stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. I don't stream on Sundays. Right? Today's Saturday? Yeah. Had to double check. Yeah, today is Saturday. It's been a little odd because we streamed super late on Tuesday, and then we also streamed on Thursday. And then also tomorrow is daylight savings time, so time is a little bit wibbly-wobbly right now, but yeah, no stream tomorrow or Monday. The next day is Tuesday. Days mixed up? Yeah, I've had that multiple times this week of like, what day is it? Do I stream today? Especially because I streamed on Thursday. That throws me off. Yeah, the illegal stream and the 2 a.m. stream. Which I'm glad we did. Because we probably would have had to fit in another stream on Tuesday if we hadn't done that. The long streams and the bonus stream. I think if we really rushed a lot of stuff, we could have finished it on Friday. But I'm glad we did a little bit of farming, because I haven't really done much of that in this game. There are parts of the game that I wish I could have took a little bit more of my sweet time with. It was a bit unfortunate that I loved this game as much as I did, and I was also on the schedule to beat it. But also, these things happen, and I still really enjoyed it, so I'm not complaining that much. And I do have Suikoden. What the hell is it? At least the remake let you turn off the Clive timer. True, yeah, that's huge. Massive addition in the for the remake to add that. Thank God we found it in the options. I found that on accident, just looking. What's the new Suikoden game that's supposed to be a gacha game that we've been talking about? Star something? I don't want to look at it on Steam at the moment because I want to catch the epilogues as they go by. Just see if anything's different. I do have that wish listed on Steam, so when that does release, we will know. And maybe we'll get a release date for that at some point. That could be the next thing we try out. I don't know if it'll be any good, because it's supposed to be a gacha game. But it also looks like a Suikoden RPG, like Suikoden 2, from like all the promotional material I can find of it. So I don't know what the plan is there. That is a mashup of genres I did not expect. I don't really know what to think. Okay, so it says that Nanami died in this ending, if you don't do everything properly. That was what I wanted to check. So she only survives if you do everything properly. Same as Gremio. Yeah, I saw it. I was like, chat, what is this? Yeah, it just never tells the hero about Nanami, and she just is marked as dead. That's a bit odd. But also, you wouldn't know that he saved, or Nanami actually lived, if you hadn't gotten the golden ending anyways. So if you got this ending first and then did the golden ending, you would be like, oh. But yeah, also, bit of an asshole move, even though whether or not she actually died or not is up to interpretation, depending on the ending. Like, unless you get the golden ending, you would have no idea. I don't know, whatever. Anyways. What's the name of it? I want to get the name right. Star Leap, that's it. Yeah, it looks like it's got, like, pure pixel art. It's got really good pixel art, actually. And it also just looks like an RPG. It actually looks quite good. I don't know if it'll live up to Suikoden 2. But from what I'm seeing of it, it is really not bad. Can I unfavorite the Suikoden web pages now? Yeah, you can probably drop that. Oh, they're adding a timeline battle system. Hang on, I can just show this to you. This is the battle trailer here. But you can see, like, it's just pixel art. It does look a bit like a mobile game with its UI, which is not a huge deal. And then it's got like a timeline battle system now, which I'm not against, because I actually really like that. And it's definitely got some familiar looking like mobile like UI design and a little bit of the gameplay design, but also it still looks like Suikoden. I'm not seeing anything that immediately scares me of like, oh, this is gonna suck. Like, they're gonna ruin it with this. Like, it's got like a stagger mechanic, which is like, okay. That's like modern RPG design. Yeah, health bars. They turned unbalanced into a stagger. The story's like just before Suikoden 1. Oh, it's like a prequel? Okay. Yeah, it's really gonna come down to how bad the gacha is. Like, is it gonna be really, like, gonna need to spend a shit ton of money? Or is it gonna be fairly reasonable for free to play? Or even if you have to spend money, it's like not a lot? Yeah, Varkas was there. Is that Bob? No, I think it's just a dark-skinned guy with dreadlocks. Oh, I can see, Simone. Is that a duck? That's, yeah, that's Simone. I recognize him. Stallion. So yeah, I don't know what they're talking about because I'm sure they're saying things, but the video is muted. There's Tuda. That duck is from Suikoden 3. Oh, okay. And like the game looks really good. Like I think the effects and the art is really nice. Got that classic pixel art, which I like. Oh, like you can do stuff from the very back. Interesting. Like, yeah, nothing from the trailers, from what I can see, worries me. It's definitely got some modern stuff to it, and it's definitely more mobile. Oh, the army's, like, not grid-based. Okay. So, yeah, like, nothing worries me, but I just know it has gacha mechanics, and that is, like... I need to see what it looks like to really pass judgment, because that could be a poison pill, or it could be not a big deal. So I don't know. I'm tentatively excited for this after having played Suikoden 1 and 2. Yeah. Anyways. I have absolutely no idea when this is supposed to come out. I will have to look into it to see if I can maybe get a read on when it might come out. But I haven't done that research yet. Chuda not useless? Yeah, it seems like there might be like a support character that doesn't go to your front line. Oh, it says right here in this trailer, 4 years before the events of Suikoden 1. There you go. It's cool that Konami is making games again. There's a period where they weren't making anything but fucking pachinko machines. And then, like, the last State of Play, they wrote, like, 4 games, I think? Or some shit. Which is, curious. But I'm not complaining. Yeah, it looks like they still have the army battles, which, you know, feel like a staple at this point, so I kind of get it. Wonder what rune the hero wields in this game? It's a good question, I don't know. Depending on when this comes out, I almost want to play Suikoden 3 and 5 before this. We'll probably skip 4. I don't think there's a huge reason to play 4. Besides seeing that shitty walk cycle. But I would also kind of want to wait to see if there's going to be a remaster of 3 and 5. Because they've got potential to be remastered. I think 4 they'll probably just forget ever happened. Yeah, 4 years before Suikoden 1, according to this trailer. Should be a 3, 4, 5 remake. I think 3 and 5 you could get away with a remaster. You wouldn't need to remake it. 4, from what I've heard, I haven't looked into it at all. But 4 is like real bad. So that one might need to be remade entirely. Oh, a demake. I don't know what a demake is. Oh, take him back, like, graphically? That could be fun. I could see that happening. Because it seems like they're going back to that for Starleap anyways. Of just that old, you know, Suikoden 2 style pixel graphics. So I think they understand that that's the most popular one, and it seems like they're sticking with that. So there's potential that they could try and make 3 and 5 in that style. Someone suggested, and I think I agree. I would need to look at what 3 and 5 look like to make that call, but I do like the style of 2 a lot. That's one of my favorite parts of it. Like, I'm not huge on pixel art in general. I don't think pixel art by itself really makes a big difference to me. But I do think that the pixel art they did in Suikoden 2 was very, very well done. The sprite work was one of my favorite parts. So if they do more of that, I'm down. I'm definitely down. But I think that is where we're going to wrap up stream, folks, because it is 12 o'clock, and I think that's a good spot to end it. I think we've talked about all we really need to talk about. I'm satisfied. This game is phenomenal. Everybody should play it. Not enough people talk about it. Seriously. I thought 5 was an underrated gem. Y'all gotta play Suikoden 2. Play Suikoden 1 first, though. It's not as good, but, you know, it's worth it. And it makes Suikoden 2 more satisfying. Yeah, Tuda would be 6 in Starleap. That's pretty young. That's FF9 party ages. It's an atmospheric choice, I agree. And it definitely looks like they're making more of the environment pixel art as well, which looks nice. You love Suikoden 1 the best? I mean, there's a charm to the original, but I definitely think Suikoden 2 is better. That's where you started. That's fair. If it's the first game that you play, that does sway the opinion. That's why Okami is my favorite, despite that being like a 7 out of 10 game, if I'm being brutally honest. Like 96? I was born in 96. Hey, Toaster. You've been here the whole time? Well, I appreciate that you were here. But yeah, that's going to be it, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for in chat today. Drufus, Doppel, Toaster, Porson. Lightning said hello. Waffle, I think, said hello as well. And everyone else today, we appreciate you. And we appreciate everybody who's lurking. If you have not joined the Discord already for stuff like stream alerts, the stream schedule, getting in contact with the community and us, you can do so right there. And there are the other people I stream with. You can find them at those links right there. We play No Rest for the Wicked on Wednesdays currently, which is a good time. Oh, it shows him still alive. Okay. Just at the... So I imagine this ending CG is different if you go there and kill him to get the rune. Okay, that's fun. So there's probably a bunch of different ones. I do not want to save that completed game data. Do I wish to return without saving your completed game data? Yes. I had the golden ending. That's the one I want. Gonna look at Rawwood? I'll look at Rawwood off stream. I'll bring it up to the fellas. Is it in the manual? Where is the gallery, actually? Game will close. Oh, I should have hit back. Oh, I just closed the game entirely. You know what? That's fine. In the meantime, let's see where we're dropping you off, shall we? Who is online? I did switch up my browser slightly recently. Doesn't mean that when I open Firefox, it opens on the wrong desktop and I have to bring it over. Which is fine. You'll buy it for us if you want to play it? I'll keep that in mind. We'll probably wait for a sale no matter what it is, because we have a lot of things on the docket. But I will definitely keep it in mind. Let's see here. Kame's playing some Resident Evil Requiem. We haven't rated Kame in a while. Let's go say hi. Shadow dropped like 3 or 4 days ago. Oh yeah. We're gonna go raid Kame Tsunami. He is playing some RE Requiem, as most people are on Twitch. You know him, you love him. We've been there before. Friend of the channel. You'll have a good time. But yeah, the next stream will be on Tuesday. We're going to be wrapping up some stuff in 14. So the new Variant Dungeon and Hildebrand. And then if we have time, we will start the Monster and Stories 3 demo. And then Friday, we will start Stories 3 proper. And we will probably be playing that until we finish it, because I'm super excited for that game and it looks really good. So until then, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this playthrough of Suikoden 2. God knows I did. This playthrough was absolutely phenomenal. One of my favorites on the channel. And I hope you liked it as much as I did. But everybody go outside of Kame, and we will see you here on Tuesday for some 14. Have a good night. Bye-bye.